Cool. Well, I'm very much in line with you with regards to preferring data and preferring. I tend to call it real knowledge. Maybe that's a tad arrogant, but you know there's so much warm air. If I'm not sure if it's especially in the sales consultancy business, but in these businesses, you tend to have a lot of, as you say, opinions, and this is how you do it, and these are like the fads going on at the moment, but very often people have no idea whether or not these things have been tested to work in a given setting that is sufficiently like the setting that you're trying to make it work in yourself. And it's strange that it seems to me that most people tend to forget that there was such a thing called research the moment they step foot outside of university doors, right? They come into companies and then we just imbibe whatever is presented for us. You know, this is our new program. This is a leadership program. Nobody asks, well, what is this based on? You know, what's the research driving this stuff? I think one of my favorite examples is, so I'm an external lecturer at Copenhagen Business School and I supervise students at their assignments. And there was this group of students who wanted to write about strategy implementation in a very large Danish pharma company, like internationally well-regarded pharma company. So they actually got to speak to a couple of the people who were involved in this strategy group, and so then these students asked, so what theories or ideas or hypotheses do you base this strategy on? How did you come up with this? And you know, the guy they interviewed, he was like leaning backwards a bit, saying, "Oh, you poor students! That's not how the real world works, right?" What we did was reach out to some consultants, and then we worked with them and came up with this strategy. And of course, they were a bit embarrassed, right, and didn't follow up with the questions. But I asked them to look it up because he told them the name of this consultancy. So it turns out if you go into this consultancy webpage, it's like consultancy that primarily works with pharma. It comes up pretty much right away. It says, so we work with this theory, these models, and this is how we view the world, right? So ironically, this guy had been using some theories without having any idea about what those theories were, and crucially maybe without having any idea what the theories did not address.
And I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That happens a lot, especially in sales, where people can be very successful, like extremely successful. If you think about compensation in millions of dollars, and especially if you are successful for a period of time, which might be, you know, of course you contributed to the success, but it's also subject to many other factors, like how successful your company is, the product that you're selling, etc. But over time, what might happen, especially as you're becoming more senior and senior, you will form opinions that you will attribute your success to.
Sure.
You know, I think this is how the world works. I know this is how the world works. Therefore, this is the only way that sales or anything else should be done. And very quickly, people just assume that's how it should be done. People around them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when they share their opinions, that becomes new norm, and research is not part of the picture. Oftentimes, it's just not.
Yeah,